Welcome. Sit down, roll up, pour up, turn up and tune in, because you're now watching the Buncher Bull Network.
Yo, what's good, everybody? How are we doing? Welcome back to another week of The World We Know. I'm your host, Greg Lamont, and we got some good shit to get into this week, a little new, a little old. So make sure you got your blunts ready, your drink ready, spark up, sit back, get ready. This is The World We Know. So we got some pretty fresh topics for the week. We have a couple continuous ones, but first one we'll start with, which I'll probably start each week off with until this changes, is that Iceman is in its fourth week at number one on the Billboard Hot 100 or 200 or whatever. It sold 137K units this week, and which is pretty fucking impressive. I mean, to drop 3 albums. So Iceman's number 1, Habidi is number 7, and Maid of Honor is number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100 this week. All 3 of them are still in the top 10, and you know, shit's just pushing out, slicing and dicing. But what I think is pretty funny is that I just learned this morning actually that Ricky Rose, pushed his album back because Iceman season. And who knows if he'll push it back again. But so Rick Ross was supposed to drop his album. Hold on, what's the name of the album he was supposed to drop? Let me see. Rick Ross, new album. I think it's called Set in Stone. Yeah, Rick Ross was set to drop his 12th studio album today called Set in Stone, right? But we all know it's Iceman season. So he pushed it back to July 17th. So maybe he'll outchart Drake by then, or maybe a single will drop and she'll start popping again. But yeah, Set in Stone by Ricky Rose pushed back, and we all know why. But yeah, so this is the 4th week of Iceman being number 1. We'll see how much longer the streak will push on. But yeah, a lot of interesting shit actually happened in the Iceman world. Another topic going on with this album and everything around it is I'm sure some of you heard, some of you haven't, but Sauce Walker and Drake's beef since this album has been amplified, and now it's like known everywhere and shit. But apparently, according to some sources, and Sauce Walker's even like hinted at it himself, but Sauce Walker and Drake ran into each other in Houston some years ago. Drake was out in Houston with no security on a date with a female, and Sauce Walker pretty much came up and was popping his shit and was like pretty much trying to bitch Drake. I forget what it was about, but it's somewhat news of a topic. You guys can find it if you look about it. But Drake didn't back down at all. Like Drake saying I'm strapped up, pretty much like he wasn't bitching out, and they both agree to that. But where this beef amplified is that some people know the line from the album, "That's just how I do the sauce and the spill." He said tricking on your bitch paying her rent. That's just how I do the sauce and the spill, something like that. And what people believed it was, and what's now confirmed, is that he was talking about Sauce Walker, one of his 2 baby moms, Drake linked up with, and got her a bunch of OVO shit, OVO'd her out, and pretty much got a lot of info on Sauce, and you know, played in his face like he does like his whole career with people about their females and shit. But
Sauce Walker got 2 Maybachs and shit. You see, that's one thing
he got what?
He got 2 Maybachs on a Drake. Like that's one
thing
I don't believe. Like Are you doing research on both sides, or are you just doing research based on like you fucking with Drake?
No, I'll do research on both sides. Like I seen, I know.
I seen Sauce Walker have multiple bitches break Drake, and Sauce Walker was only pissed because Adam 22 started running his mouth about everything.
Nah, he was pissed before that, cause Sauce Walker's BM actually leaked it. Like, yes, I seen what you're talking about, where Sauce was like, "Man, I'm happy, I'm getting shit out of Drake." But did you not hear the audio of him like literally crying to his bitch about Drake? Like you keep fucking Drake. Like he's heard about it. Don't think he's not hurt just because he's pimping bitches.
Yeah, but you ain't see the text messages.
Yeah, I did. I did.
He was blatantly saying like
I did. I did, but I also he can say that, but there's also audio of him literally crying to the bitch. Like
those text message dates are way before all of this blew up.
Well, the audio is before any of this shit went public either. The bitch never posted shit.
I'm not saying either of those are from right now. That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
I'm just saying that
two things can be true. Sauce is a pimp, and he's definitely like Drake's a trick. Sauce is a pimp, so he's definitely gotten reward out of it. But a baby mom, like he's heard about his baby
I'm just
mom.
Not looking at it like Drake won this.
Well, how did he lose it?
Because he was paying a bitch.
But like that's what you expect from Drake. That's what he's done his whole career. So how's that losing?
So any situation where a dude is making a bunch of money off of that and they are a known pimp, Drake is losing.
Well, hey, I mean,
it goes to rap beef, like real rap beef, where they're both full on beefing, like dissing each other. Because Sauce ain't never dissed Drake yet. As far as like,
he just dropped the baby. Did you see the baby mama drama?
Yeah, he didn't say nothing about Drake because in his eyes, from what he's saying now, he don't care that much. And I can understand from past, maybe in the moment he might have had some feelings, I don't know.
You cannot tell me Sauce don't care, bro. He could have got money out of it and made backs and shit, but he wouldn't be dropping baby mama drama. He was like, you can act tough online and shit, but him crying to his baby mom about Drake and saying, but that's an intimate moment.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The motherfuckers feel something today. Might wake up.
That's true.
Feel completely different about it.
That's true. He could shake it off. I can see that.
You know what I mean?
But
she just happened to keep that clip.
But I mean, I just feel like if
at the end of the day, until it gets to being on wax and they're actually dissing each other, or there's actually a real problem, I don't see Sauce losing. I'm not gonna necessarily say Sauce won, Drake lost like that, but it can't go around saying like Drake won.
I mean, I definitely feel like Sauce is going to end up saying subs and shit on songs or getting at him, and then he already did it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like he'll end up doing another one, thinking that he's slick, and that's whenever he'll go in on.
Yeah, and then we'll see how it plays out. But I just I'll say that neither one of
that Sauce is lost because Sauce got so much money out of that dude off of some bitches that in reality he probably really don't give a fuck about. You know what I mean? He's just mad that this
for sure
doing what she's doing. And he could have been drunk in the moment. He could have been all high up in the moment.
I feel you about like most of the bitches he pimped, but I know he's upset about this one because like he literally says like she don't let him see his kids. She's out there talking shit on him, and she's fucking on your enemy. Like you're gonna feel that. But I won't say either one of them won, but I will say if it gets to wax, I like Sauce Walker. Like I have a bunch of Sauce songs, and he's like a real poet, and he's been doing this shit. Like he started like as a
real G.
Yeah, but everybody, they say it about everybody Drake's win against, like besides Kendrick. I don't know. I mean, wax and street are different, but still in the streets, if you're fucking my bitch or my baby mom.
That's what I'm saying. It all depends on how it goes on wax. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If the motherfucker talks stupid crazy, you don't know what a motherfucker's gonna do, and I can tell you that right now for sure.
Yeah.
But if it goes to the streets, Drake be in Houston way too much.
Yeah, they're gonna run.
He will die. Sauce and his family, not just Sauce, who his dad is. and his family, bro. They're way too good in the hood out there. That's the thing. His dad is an old man. His dad been good for his whole life out there.
Yeah.
Drake only so old. You know what I mean? There's whole families that hold loyalty to Sauce's family. Not necessarily just Sauce, but you know what I mean? Because of his dad is. If it came push to shove, bro, motherfuckers are picking that side. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Time will tell. But yeah, I'm a fan of both, but I won't say Sauce one, and I won't say Drake one right now. But I will say that it's a tense ass situation. Something's probably gonna come. I don't see. There's no way that both of them just let it die out from where it's at. Maybe they do, but I see it going the way that you said, where Drake drops another song with a little bit of subs or references, and then Sauce drops a Drizzy direct.
Much of it, you know what I mean? Like in my eyes right now, that's what makes me genuinely believe Sauce don't give a fuck about that bitch. Because if he really cared, it wouldn't have just been a female diss. He'd have been going in at Drake too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I haven't followed like much of any like his posts
really
since.
So too much about her side of it. I think he just put that diss out to let people know, like, I ain't even worried about him. This about that dumb bitch.
But I feel like in that situation though, you don't really have a choice but to say that, cause what are you gonna do? Say, oh, I'm pissed about this. Like, you kind of have to be like, I don't give a.
But a normal motherfucker, well, a normal rapper would have dissed both of them. That's my whole thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, I think that would be an interesting ass beef. We're gonna see how that shit plays out. Sauce and Drake, how they tie up and click up and shit. But yeah, they're both huge names in Houston. So yeah, we'll see how this shit plays out. But yeah, my next topic is my last hip hop topic, which I'll tap into on the end of this possibly, is Ye. Ye is pretty active right now. It's kind of like under the radar, but popping type of active. Like, I don't hear nothing about he has a show coming up or nothing like that. But then you see he does a show with like 80,000 people. It's like, what the fuck? But yeah, so Ye is back and active. Ye, this past week he did 3 different shows with his new Globe style set. And it's good to see it. I mean, I think we should appreciate our legacy artists while they're alive and not like 70 years old. Like, we should appreciate Ye, Eminem, and all the motherfuckers. Hopefully more of them, 50 Cent, like, pop out and do more shit. But Ye is definitely on a different level. He set the record for the largest arena or stadium, whatever the fuck it was, show ever. He did 127,000 people. And yeah, so at the end of this, we might tap in. Ye dropped which kind of feels like a parody song called Gemini Season. So yeah, Ye season. But my next topic is my predictions for the second half. Now that we're in the second quarter, my predictions for the second half of 2026. What a fucking year. Well, I feel like this year hasn't been quite as crazy as like the past 5 years. Like, it seems like every year this decade's been like, what the fuck's going on? This year has definitely been a wild one. We wouldn't have predicted the war. We probably wouldn't have predicted that a lot of the Epstein shit finally came to light. We wouldn't have predicted gas going back to like $5 fucking. But here's my predictions for the second half of the year. So I believe that this war is obviously going to continue. This war, in my opinion, will probably go until like December. Maybe it'll even go to next year, but I think it will go towards the end of this year until like a drastic conclusion is had. But or until somehow, some way, Congress forces us out of it. But I don't think they're really going to have that much effect on it. But so my predictions for second half of this year: the war continues. A large chunk of Israel gets demolished, but I think even more damage gets done to Iran. Our dollar it's hard to say. So if this war continues, I believe that our dollar is going to damn near go to shit. Like we're going to be right at the brink of like the collapse of our dollar. I don't think it will collapse, but I think that we're going to feel a lot of fucking pain. And then I believe the second part of this year that the Republicans will lose the midterms, which then will lead to losing the House and losing Senate, et cetera, et cetera. And that will lead to Trump's impeachment. I believe this year he won't get impeached, but there will at least be a couple attempts that are near successful at his impeachment. Because I mean, there's a lot of fucked shit going on. But I believe that as far as the war and his presidency, it's at high risk. I think impeachment's gonna be put forth, and next year it will happen. And I still predict, like I've predicted for almost 2 years now, that 2027, there's going to be a tragic fucking. I think Trump's going to go out like Kennedy for real. But I don't think with the same respect. But I think he'll go out like that in 2027, and the end of this year we'll prep for that. But yeah, I think as far as our health in America, though, I do believe my predictions I started the year with, and I'm hoping that they end positive, is that we see big reforms in health. There's been like minor things. It feels minor because it's such small impact, but I believe that there will be big reforms in health and in drugs like psychedelics and marijuana. And yeah, I think this is the year. I think the second half of this year is more preparation for next. I don't think that there will be a big climax in the rest of this year. It will just be a lot of like either dreadful or positive prep for next year, but it's looking dreadful right now. But yeah, 2026. I mean, it's not the worst year of the decade. I wouldn't give it that title, but it's definitely fucking up our pockets. Like it's gonna this year, honestly, I think is probably the year that every campaign promise was broken. Honest to God. But yeah. Could I use that lighter for a second? Mine just died on me. I'm not gonna thank you. Thank you. All right. And then my next topic. We got some. I think this shit's fucking interesting. I think this is a big day in history that won't really be recognized as such, but Elon Musk. SpaceX today went public. It now has an IPO, SPCX. For those of you who don't know, SpaceX is like the revolutionary, the industry leader and the top dog in the space industry. It pretty much changed NASA, it forced NASA to step its game up a tiny bit, but it still surpassed it. And they are the first, to give you a few of their accomplishments that I'm familiar with, they're the first space company to make fully reusable and self-landing rockets. Uh, the first to have self-driving, like fully self-driving rockets or whatever, where you don't have to have it manned; it can man itself. And they also made the smallest and the largest rockets ever. So they're very successful. They're a bit ahead of the curve, and they've been so for a decade, which is why today is pretty fucking big. SpaceX is now private. So if anybody wants to go put money in it or invest in it, with it now being on the stock market, its symbol is SPCX. And the stock opened at $150 strike price, and whenever I last seen it, it was at 178. So it's making a decent move in its first day. But yeah, SpaceX, what's up, baby? SpaceX is now public, which is pretty big because before SpaceX was public, Elon was sitting at about 700 to 800 billion dollar net worth. I think it might have actually been over 800 billion. But this will for sure guarantee that Elon Musk is the first, not liquid, but first trillionaire in history. Now, yes, you could say like Mansa Musa or whatever from like ancient times, whenever he owned almost all of the world's supply of gold. You could say he was damn near a trillionaire. They value him at about 555, 560 billion, but I don't think people understand the power behind a trillion. Like being a trillionaire puts you ahead of a lot of countries' GDP, like yearly gross domestic product spend. It's pretty scary, pretty dangerous, but I fuck with Elon. I mean, I don't really trust him 100%, but like I've lost a lot of trust from him over the past 2 years, year, but I still would prefer Elon being a trillionaire before I'd want fucking Bill Gates or fucking Tommy Mottola or somebody like that being fucking trillionaire. So yeah, great day in history. First trillionaire. That's going to cause a lot of fucking inflation. That's going to cause a lot of new 100 billionaires. But yeah, so we'll see how everything intertwines. The thing that I've always respected about Elon is that all of his companies give to each other. Like all of his companies kind of form with each other like a transformer per se. Like Tesla, his solar city or whatever the fuck it's called. X, his boring company, which is right now only on the West Coast, but that's like underground tunnels and shit that are for electric vehicles or whatnot. But his fucking SpaceX, like all of these things, I think are ultimately combining for oh yeah, his satellites are a part of SpaceX, but Starlink, shit like that, all these combine for one great larger mother business. So it's interesting. I've Elon's actually one of the people who I definitely look up to as a businessman and studied and shit. Like he's a he's a different type of thinker. He's got Asperger's, but whenever he was 12 years old, he started his first business, which wasn't really a business, but he sold his first coded game. So at 12 years old, Elon Musk went to a local arcade and felt that the games were kind of poopy or whatever, or not nothing that he really wanted. So he literally went and coded an entire video game or arcade game and went and sold it to the arcade. And that was his first legit business venture. And he then went on to do like he would rent out his dorm rooms in college. He'd do a bunch of shit with his brother, like sales and shit. So he's always been business bounded. So yeah, big day in history. SpaceX is public, so I'd recommend people put money in while you can because that shit's probably gonna jump. But yeah, my next topic, which kind of still ties in with Elon, and I think maybe he might actually have something to do with this if it's ever possible. This is kind of a goofy question, but would there ever be robot bodyguards? Like, will robots surpass? If robots surpass human strength, accuracy, timing, fucking all that type of shit, will you ever see people like, hey, I'd rather instead of paying every fucking month uh security fees, this and that, let me just get these $1 million robots that are legit and have those as bodyguards, securities for business, fucking like cause you can have your robots connected to all your cameras and shit, like see everything. While this might sound silly now, I think that this is a realistic thing in the future. I think that as we see more robots on streets and buildings, businesses, factories, we're eventually going to see robots protecting shit, robots surveilling shit, and robots in law enforcement and shit like that. So I don't see why it wouldn't be unforeseeable as bodyguards. But yeah, robot bodyguards. I was thinking about that. There's a lot of interesting shit in the AI and the robotic world to come. And how you doing? And yeah, a lot of interesting shit happened in the robotic world, and some things that I think I'd was just questioning myself, like, what can AI either surpass or help humans surpass that are our limitations? Like, for instance, we know that our eyes can only see a certain amount of the color spectrum. Obviously, human strength can only surpass a certain thing. All of our senses have limitations, right? So I'm curious, if possible, and how soon will they be able to use these fucking machines, robots, AI, whatever you be it, to pretty much make us boundless in sense of what we can see, what we can do, how we connect. Like if you could connect with shit, like signals and shit, like it's definitely interesting to see. Robotics is kind of a robotics and AI is kind of a baby topic where we don't know how far it can go or where it will go right now. But shit's definitely getting sci-fi-ish, and yeah, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Actually, I think right now, let me just fact check this. Please don't die. Artemis mission. Yeah, so it's actually already happened, but I don't know when they return. Maybe it says they return 11, but this year there was supposedly one of our first, excuse me, flight crew manned space missions to space. The Artemis crew, April 1st, took a trip to where did they even go? Did they just orbit? It says around the moon and back for the first time. Humans traveled lunar orbit in over 50 years. Is this true? Is it false? I think a lot of people are calling it bullshit. I haven't heard much talk about it. I mean, you'd think there'd be some viral clips or footage or channels speaking about it, but you don't really hear nothing about it. So, yeah, is robotics going to push us to those limits? Is it going to push us further? We shall find out. But yeah, a lot of interesting shit to come in the hip hop world and the technology world. Uh, I think that I think that yeah, I think that we're about to see a depression-esque era come with everything going on in the world, oil being closed off, the war, fucking AI stealing a lot of value and workers. Um, I don't know. I think AI could be a blessing. I think it could be a curse. I think we're about to find out which way it gets taken. Whoever has the most power over it will probably have to say so which way that goes. But yeah, freaky shit happening in the world. Uh, yeah, and even in the hip hop world, like all the different beefs and shit. We'll see what's to come with the Drake Jay-Z beef, but so far all that's come out of it is Jay-Z going and sitting at a Knicks game because he hasn't got a response from anybody. Like surprisingly, Nicki hasn't went and tweeted, which is good. I think she shouldn't tweet or say anything until she drops her album. Uh, Obviously, Drake hasn't said nothing in response to it, and yeah, he's busy doing his tour and shit and dealing with a whole nother world, so he's not gonna respond. So Jay-Z ain't really got much shit to respond to, so he just posted up Knicks game, and yeah, a lot of shit to come this year. We got a Nicki album, another Drake album, a Jay album. You ready for the Jay album? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Nah, for sure. He puts all his shit together like in perfect detail. Like the way Jay lays out his wordplay and storytelling, it's unmatched. But how long ago did 444 drop now? Is that 2014? Mm-hmm. Damn. Where are you at during 444? No, I was in PA, but I think I went in town. Okay. But now that you said it, is that the joint? That's the joint that got Tom Ford.
Yeah.
It got the story of OJ and all that.
Maybe that's later on. That might be like 18.
Okay. Yeah.
17, 18.
Yeah. So I feel like that was a classic project. So this got to match that or be better. But yeah, we're going to see what comes with 2026. Will we actually be able to play that Jay freestyle that he did for the freestyle? It's not a song.
I think he did it on stage, so I don't think it's no like she'll be able to play it.
Yeah.
Because it ain't like actual freestyle they don't put on iTunes. You know?
Right. It just came off the top.
Because I was just watching the pod earlier. They played this one.
Yeah. Wait. I'm listening to you. That one, yeah. Yeah, hip hop's going to come back in full effect. We got big shit popping. But all right, I'm ready. This
and 100. If she would have transitioned before I cleared my name, I would have hunted them. Every one of them playing these silly games. That 1-800 ambulance chaser would have wished one came. But 911 is a joke. Public enemy #1, I've been ranked. The rock's not crumbling. The leprechauns have magically run out of pranks. Your son on a federal jail line mumbling something about having too much of this drink. You know how dumb that is? Another one fumbled his, wonder how I get the blame. Niggas' teeth is tumbling out their mouth and somehow I'm the one who done it. It's a murder mystery game.
Talking about Dame's teeth fumbling out his mouth.
You had to cash cow and thunk it. Was you who pumped his? I'm the one who strummed the pain. That hill you can die on. There's way too much flack that comes from those planes. I'm killing them softly. What's understood don't need to be explained. You want it one way, it's the other. I still on you suckers, I'm all of you niggas gang. I ain't much for me, it's no how. Cancel the brunches, I remember the hunger pain. The price of the bricks going up. It's gonna cost you a beat to even say my name.
Nigga came back with the half for it.
You ever heard of a Wonder King? My children and some of them. Have you niggas no shame? Y'all trying to get under skin? I really get under skin as unharmed player. Y'all thugs with y'all thugs again. Everybody think they're the ones insane. You're no maniac. Watch how Saniac in my presence, nigga, shrink. I need a new therapist. This shit is not working. I'm truly on the brink. Y'all better not encourage him. Y'all don't want me to think these thoughts that I think. That nut ass nigga still stuttering. That chatty patty down on his luck again. Quest introducing me to Jaguar. I don't know why I still fuck with him. You just wonder why I do the freestyle rehearsals. That lady back on the stuff, she sound like she in love with him. Her kid can't even take their kids. Enough of them. A rapper can't be my eye. I got MAGA Republicans. Them shots came from the very top of the government. Good luck with them. I'm governed by God. You try to break the government. I brain for 40 days. My neck get flooded again. Wrist get flooded again. My net worth went up again. My next update, the jig is up. Nigga, I'm up 10. Wrong chart, champ. You gotta look up again. Niggas look up to Hov. I never looked up to them. The crackers got your publishing gangster. Go talk tough to them. Don't talk success to me. You niggas is workers. In perpetuities, how your contract is worded. Don't make me go fuck, man. The roots remember, even when the trees pretend. Not too much on my name. Don't forget who I am. Hattie loves her Shawnees. SHAWN. I find it adorable she put the S at the end. You don't know, the show ain't even begin. I said, you don't know, the show ain't even begin.
All right, yeah.
Jay's about to be 60 though. He still got that shit on him, bro.
Yeah. Nah.
He literally 57. He don't think that.
Yeah, that shit's definitely coursing through him. I mean, I feel like, yeah, but I'm excited to see. I don't know. Do you think it will turn into a diss battle? Like,
Sure.
you think?
You gotta think Drake he want it.
Yeah, he does.
And it's Jay who ain't want, you feel like they probably started jumping when they heard
Yeah.
they even react.
Yeah, but my thing is, do you think more people like, cause Jay in that freestyle he dissed Nicki too?
Yeah, he did. But I know Jay, he's selective.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna go. He's gonna keep throwing shots. You know, he kind of like how Drake doing it. Like, you know, like he's not gonna go song for song, but he's
gonna get his shit off.
Get on somebody's shit, and you know that's how he's subliminal. Like,
Right. Yeah.
So I feel like he might say little shit, but like you said, I don't know if it's gonna be like a straight.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I think this is gonna turn into an even bigger battle than the Kendrick one. Cause like, bro, if you look at it, like, I think there's a possibility Wayne gets involved, and here's why. Cause one, Jay's going against YMCB, but second, like, Jay's the one who picked Kendrick to do New Orleans.
Yeah, it's a lot.
You feel me?
I started like just looking at those conspiracy type YouTube.
Yeah.
I start finding out. You right? It's a lot of little history.
Yeah, like hidden politics. Yeah.
Like, I didn't know like Jay was behind a lot of shit
Mm-hmm.
with the Super Bowl shit and all that. So it's gonna be, you right, a lot of more people. And
yeah.
I just feel like if you look at the history, you know people gonna jump in. You got him and Wayne was already supposed to hit it all. They really were throwing shots.
Exactly.
Like Kendrick and Drake, but you do that. You knew they was rapping about each other.
Right. Yeah. Like nigga, I'm the go. You,
right.
nah, I'm the yeah.
Literally make the song, and say that on the shit with Jada and kidnap you. He like, you talking about baby money? I got your baby. You know, like he's talking about. You know,
what song is that, or what's the line?
Song Carter, I want to say it might be on the Carter 3 or the Carter 4.
Okay.
But he said something about your lady. You talking about your lady money? No, he talking about baby money.
Right.
I got to kidnap your bitch. See how much you love your lady money. Like,
yeah.
Like that's a shot to Jay.
Man. Yeah, I think this is gonna be some pure hip hop beef. It's gonna be a GOAT versus a GOAT. Ghost versus GOAT. We're gonna see where the fuck this shit goes. But yeah, 2026 is heating up, y'all. So yeah, that's it for this week of The World We Know. I appreciate y'all tapping in. It's another great week. And yo, Jesse, another great week of The World We Know. I appreciate y'all tapping in, and I'll catch y'all next week. Peace.